Where are the best deals in the fall of 2025? Well, I just got off a call this afternoon with industry experts from Boat Trader, from financing, CFOs of dealership, and I was able to listen in and found out where the best deals are around the marketplace. So this is information that I've gathered for myself, but this call was really eye-opening and it gave me the idea to share this with you. So where are the opportunities if you're looking to buy a boat in the fall? So it's August 14th as I record this, and there's a couple areas where, on the new side, where dealer inventory is way higher than where they want to be. Now, there's going to be some pockets around the US where this isn't exactly true, but for most of the country, this is going to be accurate. And that's value brands from about 16 to 20 feet. So if you think of value brands, Tracker is one of the biggest ones that comes to mind. Sun Tracker on the pontoon side, everything that Bass Pro Shop, Cabela carries. But also you have brands like Bayliner. You have those entry-level brands that I talk about in my best and worst videos. So that's a great opportunity in that outboard kind of fishing boat, small center consoles as well, in those value categories. Next are new surf boats. If you're into surfing and you want a new boat, there's tremendous opportunity in the surf boat market. Everybody is likely aware of what happened with Tommy's big dealership that carried Malibu and just flooded the market. Most of those have gone through, but what happened is it pushed all the 25s that would have sold to not be sold yet. There was a lot of discounting, and there's tremendous opportunity there, again, on the new side. Smaller pontoons, 16 to 20 foot with smaller horsepower. That segment of the pontoon market, there's a lot, I want to say a lot of inventory, but there's more inventory than they should have been. So that market has really compressed over the years with people going higher and higher and higher horsepower. And so what's happened is there's dealers that have a lot of these smaller tunes that are still on the market, and I think there's great opportunity if you're looking for something small. As you know, I do one-on-one consulting that you can check out at the website Boater's Secret Weapon, and you can hire me. I'll do a consult and kind of share my inside knowledge to help you make sure you're buying the right style of boat, negotiation strategies, just overall, hey, let me ask you to make sure I'm making the right decision. It's $197. It's really inexpensive, and it saved people thousands and thousands of dollars. But I talked to somebody that bought a small pontoon earlier this spring, and even then they were able to negotiate a significant savings on a smaller pontoon. Now, this is going to be one that I think there's always value in this segment, and that's used boats that are 10 to 20 years old. Now, the reason that's important is because at 10 years old, typically, financing gets a little bit more difficult, okay? The boat's older, they're a little bit more conservative on the values, and then when you hit that 20-year mark, then financing becomes really, really difficult. So there's that window where these boats, 2000, my boat that I run right now, the $10,000 adventure boat, a 21-foot deck boat, and that there's tremendous saving. The depreciations they've already taken the big hit. I mean, I looked a couple of these up that the Sea Hunt Game Fish, less than 50% of what a new one would be. The Sea Ray Sundancer, they're not really making it anymore, but that is a fraction of what a 30-foot cruiser would be new today. Same thing with the '06 Carver. I mean, $230,000 for a 44 motor yacht. I mean, that's $1 million boat. And so there's tremendous value. Now, the key is to make sure that you buy smart and you don't buy somebody else's headache. That's where the Boat Buyer Toolkits come in. You can grab it for free, boatbuyerstoolkit.com. And by the way, I'm the author of the book, Boat Buyer's Secret Weapon. You can pick that up at Amazon or on my site as well, anywhere books are sold. But there's tremendous value, I think, in that 10 to 20-year-old boat, but just be smart. Just make sure you inspect it, make sure you do the sea trial, make sure you go through the steps to ensure that you're getting a good, solid boat. And then there's opportunity to negotiate on those, because a lot of those are sold as a private seller, which is fine, but you just have to be cautious and make sure that you're getting a good, reliable boat and a good deal. But there's tremendous value there in the market right now as well. And the used boats that are 1 to 5 year old, Well, they're not that far off the heavily discounted 2024s and 2025. So that's why I dropped down to that, especially right now. Now, if I mentioned that some of those used boats can be difficult to get financed, if you are going to finance a portion, this is another great value right now. My Captain Matt's boat loan match system, where I actually have a stable of boat loan providers, finance providers that everybody specializes in different things and they've got better rates in different segments. So what I've done is I partnered up with some of them, and if you tell me about the boat that you're buying, your situation, your financial situation, I'll match you with the best one to get you the best possible structure of the deal, rate, term, payment. And I really vet them on customer service and communication to make sure that you have a smooth closing. So it's not just about the rate. That's crazy important, but you don't want to have a terrible experience. And the partners that I have are have been vetted for that. So boatersecretweapon.com/boat loan will get you there. The next value is it's all the 2024 models. I mentioned the one-on-one consults that you can see those at the website. But a gentleman bought a 2024 Axopar, and we talked about the strategy on how to negotiate it. And it turns out that one, I was spot on, and I said, listen, they're primed to negotiate. So the list price that they had given discounted significantly from MSRP. And I said, go in there with this strategy. He went and he's like, Matt, I can't believe it. They dropped it 10 grand just right off the bat. I said, all right, well, let's go in and let's approach it. We want to have a good relationship with the dealer in his situation, but also we don't want to pay more than we need to. And so he's been able to get that down even further. Is doing the test drive, actually might even be doing it this week, or did it this past weekend. I haven't got an update from him yet, but great opportunities if there's 2024s, and especially if they have multiple 2024s of that size and model at that dealership in your market area. They want to get rid of those boats. Are costing them a lot of money, interest and curtailment, and they're also, the value of them is going down. So they want to do everything they can as we get closer and closer to Labor Day and after Labor Day. Those boats got to go, and so it could be a tremendous opportunity to get brand new warranty and a smoking hot deal. Okay. Same thing with the 2025s. Now, this is most models. The 2026s started coming out early August, right? So you're seeing 26s on dealer lots already. The 2025s, most dealers managed their inventory pretty well. Some did not. So the dealers that have a lot of 2025s, probably some 2024s, and they just ordered too many. The manufacturers pushed too many on them, which happened in a lot of pockets and a lot of. It's interesting how it's worked. It's something I talked about on the call, sharing my insight into the industry. But there's also opportunity on 2025s. If they have a 24, that's where you're going to get your best deal. But if they don't, and there's a 2025, there's also opportunity there as well. And this is sort of depends on your situation opportunity. Is if you're looking to buy new, but you want what you want. You want the color, you want the options. If you have a 2026 with a trade-in that's more than 5 years old, so you bought it pre-pandemic, there's great opportunity there, because used boat prices, I mentioned, those boat prices that are in the 2020 to 2025 range, that 5 years old range, are really struggling because of the new boats. There's so much discount. So if you have a boat that's a little bit older than that, those used boats are selling pretty fast. So there's the opportunity to get a lot more out of your boat than maybe even what you paid for it, but a lot more than you would have gotten had you traded it a couple of years, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It's a really interesting dynamic that there's a certain group of used boat trades that are doing really, really well. They're turning very quickly. And so dealers have a good appetite for those. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're trading it in, there's going to be a 30% haircut on the retail to what they're going to give you. They might adjust the numbers, but if you want what you want and you've got a boat that's in that 10 to 5 years old, kind of in that window where a lot of people trade, I think there's really good opportunity to kind of negotiate a package deal with that trade and getting exactly what you want. Now, The 2026s are not going to have huge discounts because manufacturers are going to cut their production even more than they did in 25. Dealers are really cutting their orders and their commitments for 2026. And but if you'll order a boat and the dealer knows, great, I got one more of those boats checked off of my commitment, and I got a nice trade that I can turn pretty quickly, I think that's going to be appealing to some dealers, not all. Now, if I'm going to throw this out there, I know I've got dealers that watch. If you've got 2024 inventory that you're really motivated to move, email me at captain@boaterssecretweapon.com. And what I'll do is I'll do some videos and just start sharing what's out there for the community. It's something I've never done before, but I'm not going to charge you for it. I'm just going to kind of test the waters and see, does my community like it? Do they appreciate that opportunity where I kind of do some of the searching for them? And as a dealer, is it valuable to you? I don't know whether it'll work, but I'll throw that out there for dealers that are watching. So if you are shopping for a new boat, grab the Boat Buyers Toolkit. If you found this valuable, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This is the type of content I provide and would love to have you join the community. Remember, life truly is better on a boat.